Welcome to this video, guys. We're going to talk today about this wonderful little ring that I've got on my finger here. It's called the Oura ring. If you've heard of it, you've heard of it. You're watching this probably because you want to find out, should I buy this ring? So who am I? My name is Brendan. I'm the head coach. Brendan. I am the head coach and owner of a company called Raw Motion Fitness, and my company specializes in helping professional men and women lose weight, tone up, feel amazing, and regain their vitality. Now, over the last 7 to 8 years, I've lost 10 stone in weight, which is about 140 pounds for those in America, and 64 kilos for anyone else who has the decent metric system implemented in their lives. Why people use pounds, miles, and stone in a modern day is beyond me, but that's a video for another time. Today I wanted to share with you this little tool over here on my finger and how I've been using it over the last year to help optimize my health. Now, there are loads of different sleep trackers and trackers on the market to optimize human health, and the question really comes down to two things that I'm going to answer for you today. The first question would be, do you really need a tracker to optimize your health or to improve your health? And secondly, how has wearing this tracker helped me in the last year of wearing it? So we'll get into that in a second, but first let's touch on the technical bits of the ring itself. When you get it, you order a sizing kit. The sizing kit comes, you whack on a few of the rings, a bit of a bling situation, basically just a bit of plastic you put on your finger for a couple of days, and you wear it all day, and you just try and get a feel for what size is good for you. Why is that important? Fingers change size throughout the day depending on exercise, sleep, humidity, temperature, all that stuff, so you don't want to be wearing something that's going to make you feel uncomfortable. After that, you get the box with the ring in it, which is wonderful because it would be a bit boring if it was an empty box, and you get a charger which comes and it's this funky little cool thing. You slot the ring on and it charges miraculously. I think it's USB to USB-C, so if people out there really need to know that, then that's good information. It's light in the box, and it's actually light when you pull it out, so that's one thing that I would say. But it's not about the plastic, it's about the data on the ring that's important. So if you're worried about picking up, like when you pick up an iPhone, and you know, hey, that's good quality and the quality matches the price. It doesn't quite feel like this with that. Have I got scratches on it? Yes, got scratches on it. Should you wear it whilst you're training? Probably not. Should you wear it whilst lifting things that are heavy and going to scratch it? Probably not. Do you really care about it? Personally, I don't. Charging time and wear time, I wear it all day, every day. I take it off for 5-10 minutes here and there to charge it up. Has it ever run out of battery? Yes, after probably about 2 to 3 days of no charging. So there you go. That's the technical bit out the way. Woo, we got a lot to talk about still. So the important stuff is, do you really need a sleep tracker for your health? Now, the answer for most people is probably not. But people watching this video are probably looking to optimize their health. Now, what's the difference between tracking your sleep and optimizing your health? Well, tracking your sleep is just going to give you information. But if you look at your overall health as a scale of 1 to 100, 100% being, you're perfect, you're the pinnacle of health, what tools and what things have you got in your life that help push you along towards that 100%? So for me, it's things like a foam roller, things like a squat rack, things like a training program, things like an Oura ring. So what you should be thinking about with things like this is it's a tool that gives you information and feedback so that you can make the better choices for your health. So if you're in that realm and if you're in that space of pushing the limits and if price is no object, then that is the perfect thing for you to do. Most people aren't going to look at the data. They're going to get something like an Apple Watch and they're just going to have it sitting on their wrists and they're going to have it because it's fashionable. Well, that's a waste of money and you shouldn't waste your money. Okay, so you can end the video there if that's who you are and that's what you're thinking about. But let's talk about that 80 to 100% principle. Okay, so I like to think of 80 to 100%. If we haven't spoken about it already, I call it the power of the pyramid. If you focus on 80% and above to optimize your health, for your movement, for your mindset, for your sleep, for your diet, then you're going to be winning at life. Now, over the last 7 years, I've battled with being obese, morbidly obese, being a heavy smoker, suffering with symptoms of GERD and acid reflux, and most recently, I'm suffering with chronic pelvic pain syndrome. Now, that is pretty much an incurable syndrome. There's not much information out there that says otherwise. I have to deal with chronic pain every single day of my life, and that's what prompted me to get this ring. So that brings me on to my second question, which is, how has this ring helped me over the last year? Well, my sleep went really well up until the point that I started running a very successful business, and then it started to drop from that 80% above 80% and down, right? So having something like this, it tells me when to slow down. For instance, I sign into the app every morning. First thing I do, check my sleep out. So today it says 67, not good. I spent 6 hours and 50 minutes in bed. My resting heart rate was 39 beats per minute. I have a low resting heart rate. It's good. But my overall readiness score is about 78%. Most days it's above 80. So it is telling me, do what feels good today. My body temperature's up slightly, but that's okay. And you can see there, I've actually just done some training, which is fantabulous. Okay, ignore the messages. You can see your calorie burn, but you shouldn't really use this as a metric for heart rate. You should just be using this to understand how ready your body is for the day ahead. If you click through all the different tabs, it brings up everything that you need to know about your heart rate variability, your resting heart rate. It gives you a breakdown of your sleep and what phases you were in, and it kind of carries on from there in terms of activity. Mine is always good. My activity levels are always good. My mindset's always pretty good. My diet is always pretty good, but sleep over the last year, because of chronic pain, has been struggling. So, realistically, that is the fuel in the fire that changes the habits that I make in my life. So the information from this ring is what's helping me make the changes to my diet and my lifestyle to enable me to get more time in bed that is restful sleep. Now, although my time in bed isn't great, it's actually the restfulness of the sleep that's the problem. Because I'm in pain, I have to toss and turn quite a bit, and it's quite interesting to note that when I've had a bad night's sleep, if I look at the data and it says actually you're okay, you can go out there and have a bit more of a heavy day in terms of training, in terms of movement, in terms of managing my diary, then it's cool. But there are some days where it'll just go ping, 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 and I'll just be like, do you know what, screw it, I'm not doing that today, I'm not doing this today, I'm not doing that today. So in terms of optimizing your health, I think this tool is brilliant. Most recently, coming off Facebook and Instagram has made a big difference in my sleep score. My sleep score has gone up because I'm less distracted at night, but I've still got to kick the habit of opening up the iPad and looking at other things whilst I'm in bed. So all these little things that the ring will signal to you are things that you can start to bring into your habits, into your day to change your life. But ultimately, it empowers you to look at the data, and the data is only good if you implement habit changes. So the point of today's video was to kind of give you a summary of, is this worth the investment? Hell yes, it's worth the investment if you're looking to optimize your health. If you're just looking for a fashionable way to track something just to say you've got it and you're not going to use the data, then it ain't going to be worth it. Are you going to be disappointed at the ring in terms of its quality? Maybe in terms of its actual quality, like how it feels. But in terms of the data and the way it can change your life, I think it's a phenomenal bit of kit to add in your toolbox amongst all the other things in this wonderful gym and what I call the dojo. I hope that's been helpful, and if you find you're struggling to reach 80% and upwards in terms of your health and your consistency with your health in all four areas, whether that's sleep, diet, movement, or mindset, then I highly encourage you to hit the link in the comments or in the description below, and you'll snag yourself some free information on optimizing your health. There's three books, I believe, that you can download there for free, and they will really help kickstart you on your journey towards a better and healthier you. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments or send me an email, brendan@rawmotionfitness.com. For now, stay strong, and keep moving.